everyone, this is Jason Mariner, and I'm your host here at Real Republican News. Happy New Year, everyone. I was flipping through the news channels this morning, as I do every morning, about 15 of them, trying to find the truth somewhere in the middle. And one of the common themes that I heard where they were making a joke that, haha, we have made it through 2020. Couldn't get much worse than that, could it? So we'll certainly make it through 2021. Now, my first statement is this. I don't appreciate 2020 being made into a joke because we, the people, have clawed our way through it. We've lost our homes. We've lost our jobs. Some of us have lost our businesses, careers, families. We've wondered how we're going to put food on the table and keep the lights on. It's been an absolutely terrible year, and yes, things can get worse. Because into office walks, in 2021, so they say, a man who can barely put together a sentence, let alone a coherent sentence at that. He's willing to hand the country over into the grips of socialism. And I say 2021 needs to be the year where the silent majority, for one, stops being silent, and the 74 million disenfranchised Americans get together and say enough is enough. Because I've had enough, and I'm sure you have too. Our politicians are abusing their power, and in turn they're abusing us. We've suffered a year of financial devastation, and at the end of it, they're supposed to give us a relief bill that they've spent the entire time fighting over. When first President Trump proposed $1,000 to each American, because that's really all he could do with all the opposition, Nancy Pelosi called it crumbs. Then, the new bill, it became $600, and Nancy Pelosi said that was great. And she knew it because she's so in touch with the American people, as she put it. Well, to Nancy Pelosi, I say, you have absolutely no clue what the life of the average American is like. You've never worked a job like we have. You've never broken your back for your family like we have. And you've certainly never been worth what we've been worth. You're worth $200 million, lady. You are so far out of touch with the American people, it's disgusting. You should have absolutely zero role in our government. You are too old. You need to get out, and we need to get somebody in there who knows what they're talking about. Because $2,000 isn't even enough. Now, to President Trump's credit, he's ratcheted that $600 up to $2,000 because he fights for the American people just like he always has, even though the whole time he's been attacked. But he's still managed to pull off great and amazing things and fulfilled nearly all of his campaign promises that he made to the American people. Then we had state officials in Pennsylvania blatantly ignore the Constitution and change the rules as it pertains to voting and ballot counting midway through the game behind our backs, when what they were supposed to do is follow the Constitution, tell the people what they proposed, let us vote on it, and then act on it. That's how America is supposed to be run, and that's not the way things are being done anymore. So when the people are abused and the Constitution is not followed, the country starts to fall apart. It's no surprise, and it shouldn't be. The country will continue to fall apart if we allow a man who can't put together a sentence to take office, because we all know he's willing to install socialism into this government. Can you imagine what a trifecta of radical left power would look like for this country? I can. Poverty, oppression, and zero freedom. There's already places in the United States where they're telling you that you can't go to work, you can't open your businesses, even though you've spent your entire lives building them. It simply doesn't matter to them because it doesn't affect them. They are the elite. They will stay the elite. In fact, the elite can now break the law, it seems, and not pay any consequences. We have political leaders committing acts of treason against the United States. We have their sons going overseas and brokering shady deals with countries that have been known to be hostile towards the United States. They profit, they bring the money home, they don't report it to the IRS, they launder it, and they commit financial crimes that you and I would go to jail and then prison for once sentenced. And they pay no consequences, all because of their last name. Now, I'm not naming names. This is too widespread to do that. I'd have a list a mile long. But if you do any looking and paying attention, you'll see that political leaders are breaking the law left and right. 2021 needs to be the year where we the people demand that the Constitution be followed. Because look what happened when it wasn't. We wound up with a set of election results where we still don't really know what the hell happened. 74 million of us can't be wrong in wondering and suspecting something was up. Can we? Can 74 million people really be wrong about that? Think about that for a second. If 74 million of us get off our rear ends and stop thinking that we're only one person and that we can't make a difference, we will take this republic back. We will ensure the freedom and safety and prosperity of generations to come, and our own children for that matter. And the United States will remain the greatest country on earth. Should we continue to think that we're just one person? Or should we continue to remain the silent majority? We'll be defeated into oblivion and led to the slaughterhouse, deaf, dumb, and blind, as Washington once put it. But that's not going to be me. I will speak out until change happens or I'm dead and in the ground. Because this is the United States of America. The land of the free, the home of the brave. I call for peace, not war. Unity, not division. I ask that the silent majority speak up. I ask that the 74 million disenfranchised Americans get together and start demanding that our political leaders follow the same rules and regulations and laws that we do, and they also pay the same price for breaking them that we would. 2021 needs to be the year that we demand that they follow our Constitution, because that is the foundation of the United States of America. Should we fail to do that, this country will continue to unravel, and our children's futures will be in jeopardy. In fact, should we let it continue, our children will wind up growing up in poverty, standing in bread lines, and being oppressed by those that lead them. People that we've foolishly allowed to sneak their way into government through lying to us and corruption and media influence. So I say to you, find unity in 2021. If you're thinking that you can't do anything, you can do something now. You can subscribe, you can hit like and share. If you hit the share button, other people see this video and they get the message and they start to think, maybe there's something I could do, like write my congressman or woman, or my state legislators, or my senators, or the governor of my state. You see, these people work for us. It's not the other way around. When we ask them to do something and we demand answers, they are beholden to us, not the other way around. Take back America in 2021. Come together. When you turn on the TV, just remember that you're listening to the 0.001% of society who doesn't understand the average American. They have job security. In fact, they're making probably more money this year because they have more to report on and better stories at our expense. When our political leaders say they understand, they don't. Nancy Pelosi, she's worth $200 million. She has no idea what it is to be a normal American citizen. She has no idea what it is to break her back for her family or build a business and put it all on the line to do so. She has no idea what it's like to be told, no, you cannot go to work. No, you cannot open your business that you've spent your entire life building. These people need to get out of office. People like Raphael Warnock, who say GODDAMN America, should be eliminated from candidacy for any position in American government. People like that who have spoken out against America, Those are words of treason and sedition. Those are punishable legally. Shouldn't be allowed anywhere near U.S. government. America, it's time to stand tall and stand strong. Silent majority, speak out. Don't let them call you the silent majority in 2021. Make them call you the majority that won't shut the hell up. Let's take it back in 2021. 74 million of us can't be ignored, stifled, subdued, stopped. We can't lose if we bind together and form a united front and demand that things carry on the way they have for 244 years. And that's by following the United States Constitution. We can't call it a living document and then do a 180 with it. We can amend it within reason, but we can't do a 180. We can't refuse to follow it. We can't completely disregard it like was done in Pennsylvania and in other states. We need to clean up our electoral process so we know who the heck we're electing. And we need to stop using voting machines that are used in third world countries to install dictators. We need to stop paying our taxes if our political leaders are going to abuse the money and not distribute it amongst Americans in times of poverty, desperation, and need. This has been a financially terrible year for everyone, and they've gone and decided to send $1.3 billion to Egypt, $10 million to Pakistan for gender study, $300 million to the Caribbean to count fish, tens of millions of dollars to Central America to end corruption, where by nature that money is going to go into the hands of corrupt people to begin with. Doesn't sound very responsible to me, and it certainly doesn't sound like the COVID-19 relief bill for America. It sounds like the shopping spree for political pet projects at the expense of the American. Well, guess what? We're broke. We can't afford to pay for your political pet projects. We can't afford to pay for gender study in Pakistan. It's absolutely absurd. It's laughable. It's a joke. It's a slap in the face and an insult to 300 million Americans. If you're on the other side of the political fence and you're not insulted by it, you've been fooled. None of it's good. None of it is there to help you. All it's there to do is make you beholden and dependent upon the United States government. Because that's what they want. They don't want you to go back to work. They want you to count on a check. All we want is to go back to work and open our business doors that we've spent our entire lives building. Sounds like oppression to me, does it not to you? It's happening in America. People are being told they can't work and they can't open their businesses. That is oppression. That is socialism. The elite stay elite. Everyone else falls into poverty. That's the way it will go. So 2021 again will be the year where we lose America as we know it, or we unite, stand up, and take it back. I have a message for all those in politics who don't have the best interests of America at heart. Do not tread on me, because when you do, the rattlesnake will bite you back. We the people are not weak. We the people are not sheep. We the people demand answers, and we the people are sick and tired of your nonsense. We the people will not be suppressed and abused any longer. We are going to find a way to get you corrupt political officials out of office and restore law and order to this country once and for all. People like AOC should be nowhere near government. She doesn't even know the 3 branches of it. My 5-year-old does. He'd probably do a better job as a congressman than she. Our country is in serious trouble, and if we don't do something now, like I said, 2021 may be the make it or break it year. So I say stand up, speak up, stop remaining silent, demand answers. Demand for what's right. Demand that we start following certain principles that have governed this country for 244 years. Demand that they stop taking God away from us. Because I got news for you. If you're on the radical left side and you think it's a good idea to start screwing around with the rights of Americans to believe in God and to defend themselves with firearms, you're making a big mistake, because we won't have it. Again, I say to you, do not tread on me. Do not tread on us, because we will fight back. We will rise up. We will speak out, and we will take this country back in 2021. Radical left, your big party is over. We are sick and tired of it. The end is near for you. My name is Jason Mariner, and until next time, I say may God bless you, your families, and watch over and keep intact this great country that we call the United States of America. Be well, everyone.